Hi, this is Lemurian Donna Carroll, and I'm coming to you live from West Hyannis, Massachusetts. And I apologize for the delay. It looks like I'm 12 minutes late. We had some technical difficulties getting YouTube to go live, so I apologize. Basically, I am on vacation with a friend who's also a client, and I am spending a week on Cape Cod. And I always wanted to go to Cape Cod when I was younger. I wanted to come up here because I lived in Virginia, but I never made it. So this is the first time I've been in Massachusetts on Cape Cod. I've been to Boston once before, but I just love it. I really do. It's beautiful. It's been drizzling and raining and it's overcast, and I'm just eating it up because I live in the high desert, so it's always sunny and it doesn't rain. There's tall oak trees, there's maple trees. It kind of reminds me of growing up in Western Pennsylvania, the flora. There's rhododendrons. Anyhow, I'm just having the best time, and my skin is really great. It's all moist from the moisture in the air. So, anyhow, my friend and I went around Hyannis, the bay. I guess it's not a bay, it's like a little inlet or a little port. And I definitely was picking up some difficult energy, and we cleansed that. We tried to, anyhow. I took a selenite wand and I basically went around and asked for cleansing because this area was the area for whaling. Basically, in the 1600s, 1700s, and 1800s, they whaled off of Nantucket, which is directly south of here. And we're going to go to Nantucket on Tuesday, and I'm going to cleanse that area. So there's a lot of difficult energy here from the whaling industry. And I guess the heyday, Nantucket had its heyday in the 1700s, and then in the 1800s, the whaling industry moved to New Bedford. But I felt the whales coming up into that little inlet. Probably they had been slaughtered and brought from the island of Nantucket up to the little inlet marina, really, so the products could get to the mainstream. They were probably I don't know, but they were probably harvested there. You know what I'm saying? Like cut apart, and the blubber was harvested, and the products were produced, or the production process started, and then the products moved inland to the rest of the country. So there's a lot of really bad energy here. I mean, I'm just going to be honest. I could feel the energy as I was driving around because I kept myself open. And I'm sure there's a lot of ghosts here. It's a very old place, old city in America, and Plymouth is close by, and I'm hoping to get there as well, which of course is where the English first stepped foot on American soil. So anyhow, I'm having a really good time. However, after I did that cleanse, I did stay up all night long. I think I slept an hour. I was just so like agitated, or the energy was intense. So I need to figure out a better way, because I'm going to do the same thing in Nantucket. So I need to figure out a better way to do this so I don't stay up all night. Anyhow, I hope you all are doing well. I want to say hi to Mary Magdalene and hi to Lupe. And again, I apologize for being late. That was my own fault. I didn't think I was going to have to do a different setup on this computer. So another coincidence that happened is yesterday, my friend got a call from her friend, and he invited us to this fair, or this, I guess it was a craft fair, but it was a lot of a few new age people, artists and such. So we went to this fair, and actually I bought this there. It's a necklace. It's blue agate on a selenite. This is selenite, and then this is blue agate. So the blue will help me channel for the heart chakra. But long story short is there was a lady, a jewelry maker there, and she made all of these products with selenite. And they were absolutely beautiful. And I'm trying to remember the name of her business. Her name was Nikki. And we got to talking because I sell selenite and she obviously sells it as well. And then we got to talking and she told me, oh, yeah, I've been to New Mexico and I went to that little town because I told her I sell selenite wands, selenite logs, selenite slabs, selenite angels. And she said, oh, yeah, I bought a selenite angel in New Mexico when I was there, like, 7 years ago. And I went up to this little town in Madrid. And I was like, oh my goodness, I know who you bought that angel from. And it's from the gentleman that makes the angels that I sell. He supplies me and he supplies one other person, which is this little gift shop in Madrid, New Mexico. And she had gone up there on her travels and bought one of his angels. And she showed me the picture. She had it on her phone, and it was this beautiful selenite angel. And then the body was sodalite, and I'd never seen a sodalite angel that he had made, and it was beautiful. And I just couldn't believe it. It's like he sells to two people, and she had bought one of his angels a long time ago. So we just couldn't get over that, the coincidence. And then, of course, she had all these beautiful pieces, and my friend bought a piece, and I bought a piece. And then we all went to dinner. So it was fun. So I'm just having a good time. What can I say? I want to say hi to Angelique. So, in the spirit of visiting Nantucket and uh, Hyannis and Cape Cod, I would like to channel the whales today. Sperm whales were hunted here. I don't know if they're in this area or not. I don't know that much about the situation now. I know that they're very endangered across the globe, but I figured I would channel whale energy and see what they have to say. Thought it might be interesting. I do know that people have suggested people for me to channel, and I do intend on doing that, but I'll probably do that when I get back to New Mexico. So let's bring in the whales and maybe the dolphins or any other sea creatures that want to come in, possibly mermaids. I've had lifetimes as a mermaid. I think some of my earliest lives on the planet, I was a mermaid. So I carry that energy and I have an affinity for those animals or beings. And plus, I'm a Pisces. So, it's like I'm most comfortable on the ocean near the shore. And hopefully, one day I can move to the shore. We haven't gone swimming because it's been pretty overcast and rainy, but maybe before I leave, I'll get a chance to go in the water. So I hope you guys are ready to listen to some whales and their wisdom. They are the largest animals on the planet. And I think the whales have a special place in the oceans, as well as the elephants have a special place on land because they are the largest animals. Um, Anyhow, we will start and see what they have to say. I think we'll do just a little tiny cleanse to get started, just to raise our vibration and just so that you can get in the receptive mode to the energy. So, if you would, just take a deep breath in and out, and then two more at your own pace. I went for a walk this morning and I had a massage, so I'm exceptionally relaxed. Yeah, I'm spoiling myself. Okay, so at this time, I would like to call in my highest and best guides. I would like to call in the angels, Archangels Raphael, Archangels Michael, Archangels Ariel, Archangel Gabriel. I'd also like to call in 10,000 warrior protection angels around myself, my host, and everyone watching this live stream now or later. I ask the angels to protect everyone watching the video. Do not allow any negative entities, energies, or thought forms to enter this place or space. If anything's released by anyone watching this video, I ask that the angels take it to source, transmute it to light. 100,000 or 10,000 warrior protection angels. Also, I request that the energy of the whales come in, the energy of the sea creatures, the dolphins, any mermaid energy, please come in, and any energy about the history of whaling or whales in this area to come in now. Okay. All right. And so if you would, we're going to just do a cleanse and then we will start the channeling. So if you would just put your attention on your heart chakra and then place your attention on your third eye. You can activate your third eye by um, tapping it. It's like, okay, wake up. Yeah, that kind of thing. All right, so now I ask my highest self to come forward and bring in a cleanse. Yes, this is going to be a cleanse that will expand your energy from land-dwelling animals and the land into the water. It's going to help you reach out further into the watery ways, the rivers, the streams, the lakes, and the oceans. And it's also going to help you get more benefit from rainfall and from being in the water. Christ said that the water, Christ said, uh, the water is life, or life is water. And this is very true. You are made up of much water, high percentage of water, and you need water to survive and thrive. Everything needs water to live. Everything needs air and water. And it's very important to ingest and bring in clean, high vibrating water. And of course, when you go to the beach, you get the energy of the negative ions that help you to become clear headed and refresh you in body, mind, and spirit. So, if you would, we ask that you put your attention on your heart, and we ask that you open your heart chakra as widely as possible, and then send energy out from your heart in a counterclockwise motion as a spiral coming out of your heart, going around your arm, the back of your body, the right side of your body, and in front of your heart. And keep doing that motion so that you start creating a spiral that's going out horizontally from your heart. Okay, and as you do this, please imagine that the energy is coming from the creative force of your heart, which is the high heart, which is the point of creation. And we ask that you just go ahead and imagine that spiral going outward. Okay, horizontally. Okay, and it just keeps growing and keeps growing. This is going to produce a larger field for you to play in today. It's going to produce a larger field. Your aura will be expanded and extended, and it brings the life force energy out from your heart into the rest of your body. Okay. Okay, and now it looks like a slinky. Okay, that's the shape. Now take that energy, and that we're going to ask that you encase your energy field in that. So what that means is imagine that spiral starting to move diagonally. So it's coming up further in your chest, and then going down into your lower back, in your field all around you. And what you're doing is you're creating a spiral, and it is enveloping your entire field. And do that around your body, okay? And if you were to imagine the shape of it, it would look like a mollusk or a shell, okay? And then, so basically, you're getting the spiral above your head and below your feet, and then it's going to start working in the opposite direction. So that you are creating this energy all around you. Okay, so keep going in a counterclockwise direction. Bring it to the front of your body, in the back, over your eyes, in the back, like a cylinder, right? And then go ahead and start closing up the spiral. So you just created an oblong or egg-like energy field around you with the energy from your high heart. Okay, so now we ask that you close that field up, and you're going to spend the channeling inside that energy. We ask that the angels come in and shore this field that you created up and put a protective grid, an egg-like shell substance around it to keep you safe and secure in your energy field. Okay. And now we ask that you again tap your third eye 3 times. Okay. And now we're going to take you back in time, and we're going to take you back in time to connect with the water and the elements that were originally created for this planet. So breathe into your heart and breathe out. And now we ask that you imagine a very watery world, which would be ancient Earth, antediluvian, primordial. It is one of the few water worlds in this galaxy. There's one in Sirius as well, where the whales actually originated. So we ask that you imagine that field that you've created. Imagine beautiful, pure, primordial water filling up that field. And it doesn't matter because you can breathe in this water, that you're a being that lives and breathes in the water. And just bring your primordial self into your body. So we're asking for your ancient soul being to come into your heart and your body. Okay, invoke that. And we ask for your ancient primordial environment, your watery environment, to be in your field. Okay, so we ask that you go back in time, and we ask that you feel the undulation of the water in your whole being. Feel the water on your feet, on your legs, your knees, your elbow, your hands, your neck, your head, your core. And we ask that you just soak in this energy. And we ask that the healing qualities of the salt water come into your body, mind, and spirit. There's a certain purity that existed on this world and other worlds before they became a little bit convoluted with um, more, you could say, advanced or seasoned souls who wanted to uh, bring in their own agenda and their own history and their own programs and lifestyles. So we're going to go back in time before there was a lot of interference upon this planet and just soak in the water and just feel the energy. Okay, you should feel nurtured, relaxed, loved, and peaceful. Peace, bring in peace, bring in healing. Okay, and just breathe that in. And so imagine that you're some type of sea creature. You can imagine yourself as a stingray, a fish, a mermaid, a dolphin, whatever suits your fancy, whatever you like, and just bring that energy into your body. It could be a jellyfish. Okay. So now I'm imagining myself as a jellyfish in the primordial ocean, and I am going up and down with the waves, up and down, and I am just relaxing. And I am in a school of other jellyfish all around me. And this is our home, and we feel very, very, very um, content. We don't think about time, past or present. We just are. We just float in the water and we just are. And we feel very loved, content, happy, and natural. Going up and down with the waves. And let's imagine that these jellyfish, even though they can't, let's imagine that we can see. And as we look across the ocean, we can see miles and miles into the waters. And as we look around, we see beautiful schools of fish, and the fish are swimming quite quickly, and they move at an instant's notice into another direction, just like flocks of birds. And we see schools of cod, schools of swordfish, schools of all types of different fish, big and small, swimming in the ocean. And they again are feeling at one, at peace, and in their naturally organic state. We look towards the shore and see the beautiful sand glistening in the sun. And we see the seaweed that grows on the bottom floor, and it's moving in the direction of the waves, left and right, left and right. Huge schools and fields of seaweed. And we look across the other way and we see big, big fish swimming in the ocean. We look up and we see a few dolphins playing in the ocean, up and down, jumping out of the water and coming down. And we see them in joy and happiness, having fun, not worrying about anything, not a care in the world. And then we look above the water a little bit to a rocky outcropping, and there we see a mermaid and a merman, and they are holding hands and lying upon the rock, soaking up the sun. soaking up the sun, and the scales on the bottom of their being, their fishtail, is drying in the sun. The water is glistening as it evaporates in the waves of the sun. And they hold hands and they are lying away from each other, and their tails meet so that they create a heart shape. Between the two of them is a small, well, quite large heart. And then they have their other hand, the other arm on the rock, and they are getting energy from the rock. It's a recharging station for them. And so they swim all day, but when they need to rest and when they need energy, they come up on top of the rock, and the sun feeds them the energy that they need, and they also receive it from the stone, the rock. And so you see that there is much life all around you, different types of life, and huge schools of fish and other sea creatures. And what is remarkable is that all of the creatures of the sea are telepathic with one another. They can communicate with each other, and they do regularly, about the weather, about the waves, about anything that catches their fancy. They communicate about stories that they've been told, and then they retell them, maybe adding on a few details. As the tale goes on, it gets larger and more exuberant. And so, as a jellyfish, you just sit in the middle of your school and look around and observe all the life in the ocean. And it is very peaceful and very beautiful. And now you look across the way and you see something very, very remarkable. It is a huge whale coming down and diving deeply from the surface all the way down to hundreds of yards into the ocean. And then you see it come back up again. And the whales are considered the kings of the sea, and there's much respect and much love given to these entities. And you watch the great powerful whale come up, breaking surface, and you see a huge spout, a blowhole on top of its head, and you see the water come out of the top of its head as it breathes, takes in a breath of air. And so now you ask the whale to speak today. You want to hear what this being has to say. And so now you wait and listen for the king of the ocean to give its wise words. So at this time, I, Donna Carroll, invoke the whale of the ocean, the sperm whale, which is indigenous to this area, Cape Cod. We ask for you to come into my heart, and we're asking that you give a message for the people here today listening. Yes, this is the energy of the whale, the whales. We do not live singularly, even today. And yes, We are coming into this channel's frequency. Our voice, our sound, our sonar is lower. And so we have to raise the sound level. We have to raise the notes, the scale, so that we can meet this channel and bring in our message, our knowledge, and our wisdom. Very good. And we are integrated. Yes, this is a whale speaking, and I am a sperm whale, and I have lived on your planet in various forms since I was brought here in seed form, in biological, you could say, egg form from Sirius, the planet Sirius, many, 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 many thousands of years ago. So, whale energy is Sirian. We are connected to Sirius, and the Syrian gate has just closed. The Lion's Gate, that portal connects the Earth directly to Sirius, the star that is 20 times greater than your own sun. And if you consciously connect to this energy, which we do, the whales connect to our homeland every year in August, in the Northern Hemisphere for a reset, a recharge, and to get more knowledge and understanding from our home planet. Whales are linguists. We produce sound, and we communicate with each other through sound, also called sonar or the whale song. Humans can hear a small frequency of this tune or sound, but it is much greater than the range in which humans can hear. Our sound is one of cohesion. Our sound brings in energy that helps animals and the fields upon the planet to coalesce, to gather, and to dance, you could say, in our energy. If there were no whales upon your planet, no whales in the oceans, there would be discordant energy, discordance. There would be a lack of communication between the other sea creatures. The whale's sonar put out fields of energy that help other animals find their way, that help other animals communicate with their own and other species. We bring in energy that creates a web of life, if you will, in the ocean waters. In the ocean waters. We refine the ocean waters with sound. We move patterns of sounds in the ocean to create force fields of energy that can bring healing, life, and we are master cyclists, meaning that we create cycles of energy with our sound that helps other animals know when to mate, when to leave certain areas, when to migrate, and yes, even when to die. Animals are influenced and they are um, given information with sound, not just animals, but plants too. And so there are natural cycles to life. There are the tides of the ocean, which are influenced by the lunar cycle, but also the cycles of life on your planet in the water are influenced with the sound of the whales. The sound of the whales creates a space so that other species, other beings, other life forms can connect to the sonar, to the sound waves, and they can evolve more quickly. It's almost as if they can ride the back of a whale because they can evolve more quickly, they can get messages. We are linguists and we connect species, including humans, to their home frequency, to their home planet. The whale songs connect, let's say, penguins to the fish, to the seals, to the walruses. They use our energy as background noise, as a background, as a stage set in which to communicate to each other. We set the background. We provide the sonar, the frequency. And there are many, many animals that play within our frequency, some at the higher ends, some at the lower ends, but we provide the setting that aids their communication and hence their evolution. We are guardians, protectors of the sea, and there are other animals on land that do the same for the land. We are ancient beings. We have much intelligence. Our brains are very large, and we come from Sirius. We have come here many, many, many eons ago, all different types of whales. We are grateful for this communication because we do have a message for humans. And the message is our presence in the waters helps to foster life. We are master linguists. We provide the energy of communication. And this energy is not just earthbound. That web of communication that exists within the waters ultimately connects you with the stars, the source of all life. When the destruction of the whale species takes place, it is a direct dumbing down of that communication. It is a direct dumbing down of the web of life in the waters upon your planet. And life started in the waters upon your planet. So when whales are lessened in the water, when they are hunted and killed, when they are exterminated, it directly affects the other animals in the water with their ability to communicate, their ability to understand where to go, when to go, and how to get there. We are ancient, and the other animal that helps us in this task would be the large sea turtles. Also have an instrumental role in maintaining life in the seas. Whales, dolphins, all types of sea creatures have a vital purpose that goes beyond keeping the ecosystem intact. That is one aspect of life upon the planet. The food chain, keeping animals fed, keeping life reproducing. But we serve a function, an evolutionary function. When a sea creature is born, they are born in the sound, in the energy that the whales produce in the water. And it is a protective energy, it is a nurturing energy. And we are here to help all of the animals in the ocean reach their highest state of evolution. If whales did not exist in your waters, then your sea life would not exist. Eventually, it would crumble and it would die and it would not be organized. The sonar that the other animals feed off of, they ingest our sound. Give them guidance, give them knowledge, and give them a way in the waters so that they know what they're doing. They know where to go and nest. They know where to mate. They know where to find food. We create these energy waves that help them find their way. That is our job. Of course, we are disheartened that humans can no longer communicate with us because, of course, we were here before humans, but in the ancient days, human beings could communicate with us, with the turtles, with the dolphins, with sea life in general. And there was a sense of guardianship upon the planet. In those days, humans were stewards and guardians of the planet. They tended to the animals, to the plants. They considered themselves overseers to protect life upon the planet, to make sure that different species, different birds, different reptiles, different fish, different mammals had the ideal environment and the ideal situation in which to grow up. Earth was a place where Earth was a place where star beings came down and contributed their own genetics to produce life on the planet. So your praying mantis bug on your planet is directly related to praying mantis ETs. And some larger praying mantis ETs still reside on your planet in the higher realms of consciousness. The reason why humans cannot see the various aspects of life upon the planet is because their vision is not wide enough. However, as their vision gets wider, they will be able to see more and more life forms. In fact, there will be many life forms from the ancient times that want to reemerge and come back and find a place to be upon this planet once again. After the great earth changes occur upon your planet, you will see new species, which are in fact old species, coming back to the planet because the energy will be more conducive for them to live a good life and find their way. So whales have a very important function upon your planet. We are large beings, we are great beings, and we feel that if humans could understand our role if they could understand our um, offering, then they would have more respect for us and more love for us. We do appreciate when people come to see us and they go whale watching, yes, but to be honest, the numbers of whales are very, very much decreased, and it is dangerous for the other animals in the water not to have our presence. Yes, fish species are disappearing in great numbers, and part of that is due to overfishing, but part of that is due to the fact that we are not in the ocean in sufficient numbers to guide our brethren. We need to be here for them to create sonar waves of energy that they can communicate through, that they can live in. And this energy is a guidance system for them. So when you kill the sperm whale and the blue whale and the other types of whales, you are impacting all sea life in a negative way. We are asking that we be left alone. We are very happy that most countries do not hunt us anymore. Of course, Norway and Japan would be exceptions. We ask to be honored and loved, and we ask to be communicated with. We ask that humans open up their hearts, open up their minds, and we ask that you not separate yourself from the world wide web of life, and that you open yourself up to other animals. Start speaking to and with us as we have knowledge, great knowledge that we are ready to impart to you so that you can live a happier and more sustainable life upon this planet. The era of communication, animal communication, plant communication, which will be a natural part of life. Every child has the ability to talk to the flowers. Every child has the ability to talk to the bees. It is something that is wiped from their frontal lobe as they get older through programming in the society. And it is also impacted by the pollution upon the planet. When there are toxins in the air, chemicals coming out of the air, um, when there is exhaust or negative energy, it breaks up the communication between animal and human. If humans lived in a natural world that was pollution free, where there was abundant life, they would have a much easier time communicating with their brethren. So we have seen many resets upon this planet, and we have witnessed the rise and fall of various ET and human civilizations. We are the old wise ones, and nothing really phases us. We are the guardians of the waters. We are here to keep things running, if you will, in the ocean. And we are more than willing and more than happy to help humans connect to the planet again through their heart chakra. When humans open their heart chakra and start communicating with various life on the planet, then they will start to feel love for those various life forms. And when life forms feel love for other life forms, that is when true fertility, beauty, and productiveness happen. So we understand that a resurgence is coming, and we also understand that we are instrumental in bringing about the highest form of this resurgence in the waters. Fish species have gone down in numbers. Um, Turtle species have got birds. Everything has become out of balance, and we are interested in seeing a environmental balance return to the waters and the earth. So with this, we want to say that we are cognizant of you and other animals, and we are intelligent, and we can communicate with each other and other species in the water. And we have a lot of love for the oceans, for the planet, and other life forms. And as humans grow in their consciousness, they will see different behaviors in the animals because the human vibration will be higher. And so they will see higher acts, higher vibration, higher communication in the animal world. Our message to you is, if you do not understand exactly how earth and water and animals live and must live cohesively and in peace upon the planet together, understand that that time is coming, and it has to do, what is going to precipitate this is when humans connect into the web of life and start talking to the plants and animals. And when your consciousness becomes one with all life upon the planet, that is when you will return to the Garden of Eden, the Garden of Eden, when life will be abundant, lush, beautiful, when there will be nothing but peace. War won't exist, fighting won't exist, bloodlust and killing will not exist. It will be a different era, and we are the harbingers of that era within the water. We take codes from Sirius. We can communicate with the whales in that system, and we still have a connection to home. And the codes of life are transmitted in the Syrian energy. The Syrians are the linguists, and they are the ETs that connect one point to another point within your galaxy. And so Syrian energy is extremely important it is essential for communication. And communication is what we are known for. We want to say that we are interested in bringing about cleaner waters, less polluted waters, more abundant life in those waters. The pollution impacts our sonar and our ability to communicate. It clogs the ears of the receiver. So understand that um, when the planet gets healthy, humans will get healthy. And this is something that is coming in your near future and something that we fully support. We want you to know that we appreciate your appreciation of us, and we appreciate humans. We do. We just want you to rejoin us in our communication in the web of life. And when you do that, there will be a transformation in your behavior that will only help this world. And so I would like to say thank you for listening to me. We appreciate you, and we send you some energy from our heart, which will sound or be like a subtle sonar. This energy is meant to help you in your communication attempts with the natural world. So we ask that you open up your hearts and just receive this influx of energy that will help you communicate with animals and plant life and each other upon your planet. And on the count of three, we transmit. One, two, three. Thank you for receiving us. Thank you for listening to us, and we bid you a good day. Amen. And now the channel will come back. Well, thank you. I want to say thank you to the whales, the sperm whale that was channeling through me. I hope that was interesting and understandable and fruitful for you. I, um, have never seen a whale, so I would like to see one. That would be awesome. Um, Love, love, love the necklace. Did you get her business card? I did get her business card. You know what? And I will. Her name's Nikki, and I will announce her name and business next week on the channeling when I'm back in New Mexico because it's upstairs. Um, Anyhow, so I just want to say, I feel really badly personally about the slaughtering of the whales in New England. It breaks my heart, but we can only move on from the past. And, uh, these magnificent creatures deserve their rightful place in our oceans. And I'm looking forward to the day when they will be killed no more, right? At least by humans. So I want to say thank you for listening. We appreciate you. I want to say, hey, Gary. Um, just know that, that we're all loved and we're all here to bring about, help bring about this great awakening and great transformation upon the earth. And the time is getting closer and closer and closer. And these are exciting times, very exciting times. And so I'm very happy to spend them with you. And I wish you all a great week. Love you so much. Take care. Bye. And I'm so sorry about my technical difficulties, but next week is a new week. Take care.